welcome back to Cartridge Gamer 64, and of course, we're talking about the Home Alone trilogy. Now, this is not a review, because I could give you a preview of it in this video. Very good, not so good. The other two suck. That's it. End of video. Okay. But no, in all seriousness, I think these three Home Alone movies are like the best Home Alone films we got. Because they all do these very simple things that I think any Home Alone writer should be able to accomplish. Let's take the very first Home Alone for example. Even though Harry and Marv were like villains, you kind of sympathize with the pain they went through throughout the whole movie. Well, not the whole movie. I mean, like, throughout the movie, they're relatable, but yeah, you understand they're criminals but they kind of had it coming for trying to break into the McAllister's house. Yeah, Kevin was sadistic, but you're not supposed to take a movie like this seriously. Which I think Disney is going to try and do with their reboot. Like, oh, there's a perfectly good reason why this kid or adult or whoever has to steal. I don't care why you have to break into a house. You could write whatever you want. There could be a Jigglypuff or, I don't know, a rare Atari 2600 game in the house for all I care. Yeah. So, it was the typical reason why you would rob. Back in 1990 when this came out. Oh, there's jewelry, or there's VCRs and shit. I mean, I don't know how much VCRs are available. How valuable VCRs were back then, but you could probably get a good chunk of change for it. Huh. And, that you don't really need a reason to rob. You just need to understand how intelligent the Home Alone kid would be. And Macaulay Culkin is very intelligent. In the first two movies, he proves that Kevin is way smarter beyond his years. And in Home Alone 2, the reason why they break into the new McAllister house, like the uncle house, is because Kevin stops Harry and Marv from robbing Duncan's toy chest. The only reason why I remember that is because I watched it as in the first movie not too long ago. The reason why in Home Alone 3 all four villains tried to break into a kid's house was for some microchip, but that's not even the full story on that. But I want to move on to the next point. That I think all three of these films do very well over the other two, and probably would do a lot better than the new Disney thing. Is it a remake, reboot? I don't know. You see how the villains act before they go in to the house trying to get to the kid. Get to the Home Alone kid. You see in the first two, Harry and Marv were just like acting all cocky and shit. Well, and there's a sense of caution between these two. Between Harry and Marv, because they know that they could be outwitted, but they still get outwitted. And that worked in these two movies. Now, I don't know how safe it is to talk about this part, because today it's pretty much sexual harassment, but at the time it probably was seen as like a innocent joke, I guess. But Kevin and grab some random person's butt and blame it on Harry and Marv, or just to like get out of their grasp, which is something you probably can't get away with in film today. And in Home Alone 3, all four villains, they're like overconfident. They just think it's, even like, though time and time again they get proven and they're dealing with someone who probably just had a psychological breakdown or meltdown the day before. They're going into it like, oh, this is going to be an in and out procedure. But one thing these three films do is they take the egos down on everyone. I mean, okay, in Home Alone 3 especially, there's still a lot of egos. Excuse me. And a lot of the villains. But, you not only get to see mentally how the bad guys act to the Home Alone kids traps, you get to see visually how their outfit gets all dirty and even get burnt or even have holes in them. Just that subtle visual note that they're not the same person as they were before they went into the Home Alone house. I think that from a film, from like a filming perspective, that shows that the villains are taken down a peg, and it's nice watching. I mean, the villains just like act all cocky, and they're just like, oh fuck, in the next minute. In Home Alone, in like Home Alone 4 and 5, that shit is not a commonplace. I mean, you see a little bit more in Home Alone 4, but that's mainly before the final act of the movie, where the big, or where all the traps come together, I guess. Now, another thing that really helps Home Alone movies, at least these two, is the fact that John Williams did the score for both movies. Now, you're not going to get I mean, Disney, get John Williams if you want. If you want to have a hit movie, I don't care how much you have to spend and to commission John Williams. You may, even if you have a shitty fucking movie, you can make millions if you just commission fucking John Williams for your fucking movie. And that's a personal tip for Disney. So, there's one last point I want to make. How you get rid of the family and parents. Now, in the first one, they accidentally leave them in Kevin in Chicago, and the whole movie just them trying to get back while Kevin gets to be scared, learn to grow up a bit, and take on the Wet Bandits. In Home Alone 2, almost everything goes perfect until Kevin, this time it's Kevin's fault. Instead of running with the family, he just, oh, I gotta put batteries in my talk boy. And he ends up going to New York. But in Home Alone 3, he just had chickenpox, and, well, not Kevin, Alex. Alex gets chickenpox, and, mother occasionally goes to work, sometimes just in a different part of the house. Father gotta go here, there, everywhere. And the brother and sister has school. Very convenient, but very dumb. I think Home Alone 1 did it best. You could still have scenes with a family in it, but you don't have to come up with this complex circumstance and that they weren't there when the villains are there. All you have to do is set up a family vacation. you leave the kid, by accident of course, and you have the whole family try to go back just to grab him, and then maybe, whoopie-doo, go back to your vacation. So, if anything, this holiday season, if you haven't already, Home Alone 1 is the best one for everyone to watch. Because I feel like it goes with the free